Welcome. We're going to take a look today at some database and looking at the idea of comparing set operations to join operations when we're working with data. So we've got a couple examples up here on the board. So I'm using the idea of Legos to talk about this. You can see I've got some different data types with Lego shapes. So I've got a 4-brick, an 8-brick, a 4-brick, a 2-brick, a 4-brick, and a 8-brick or 6-brick down there. So we got some times that we're working with. And I'm putting some tables together with that. So I have table 1 right here, has the blue, the green, and the purple together, and table 2 has a brown, 2 purples, and a blue. And so we're using this idea right here, we're representing data with Legos. So we're talking about databases and the tables that are attached to them. And we're going to talk about how we can do the idea of join operations versus set operations and what it does with the resulting data. So here we have the actual database tables we're talking about right here. So here we have table 2 right here. You can see the match right there. And we have table 1 right here, so it matches with that. And so we have these 2 different tables worth of information. And so when I'm talking about working with tables, I need to find a way to actually extrapolate what we're going to happen when we're going to put these tables together. And so when I try and do a join together on tables, when I do a join between tables, what I'm doing is I'm going to extract columns out of one table and columns out of another table and put it together into a new current result set or table to work with. So in this case, I'm going to grab this table right here. I'm going to grab this column and this column's worth of data. We're not going to worry about using a where clause today because, well, I'm working with Legos, so yeah. So I have these 2 columns right there I'm extracting out of that. And remember, order doesn't matter for the actual idea of a join query. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that column and this column and put them together. And from this table, I'll extract out this column's worth of data right here and put that together. And so when I join tables together, I'm taking the values out of it, and without regards to the where clause, all the rows attached to it as well. But I'm taking all of them out, and as you can see, I gain width for this. So they stack together in a left to right, doesn't actually matter the order, but orientation. So these are the columns I selected from the tables and when I joined them together. So I get this resulting table as a combination of a join between these 2 tables we had earlier. And so I extracted those columns out, and I have that. And so this is the idea of a join. So I have a left to right or a width-based join where I have all the associated rows attached to it, and I've got them go over and over there. And so that's how I combine the tables when I'm working with a join operation. Let's contrast that with a set operation. When I contrast that with a set operation, I can't merely just put these together like this. I have to make sure when I'm working with a set operation that the types of data I'm working with actually match. And so if I go back to my image over here, I have these different data types matching based on the types of Legos I'm working with right here. And so I can't simply just extract them out and put them together, because when a set operation, I have to match the data types and the columns. And so with these 2 tables right here, I only show one data table, or I only have one data type that's shared in common. That's that 3 whole brick or the 4 top brick right there. So I have 2 of them in this table and 1 of them in this table. That's the only way I can use a set operation like intersect, minus, or union between these 2 tables. And so the only way to do that is to match the corresponding data out of this table. So I'll extract that column, and I can intersect it with this one right here, or union it with this one. And here's the result of that union operation. And so I have right here, I have the union operation where I have the combined and sorted data in a single column where I gain height based on matching column and data type. And so when we're working with a set operation, it's slightly different. Instead of gaining width for that and having all this stuff right here, I take the entire contents out of that and then I put them in the associated piles together like this, and boom, I have a single united column. Now if I had a table, for example, that had multiple examples of the same data type, so if I have, for example, right here, I have table 1, table 2, and table 3 right here. And so between this, I can have a shared right here. And so in table 1 and table 2, I have 2 sets of that same data type right here. And so I can extract out these columns from it, and I can perform the union operation right here, where I will stack the data and sort it, of course, because that's how union works. And so we have now that stacked and sorted combination of data between those 2 matching columns. And so the column count and the column type have to match, and the positions of them have to match. So I can't just randomly interchange values. But when I'm doing a join operation, I can combine things and go for width versus the idea of height. And so that's a big thing we want to take away. And so we want to take a look at this when we're looking at how we're going to be working with a join versus a set operation. A join operation is going to extract column from tables, and it's going to gain width on that. So we have a width gain on that, so I have different columns of Legos joined together this way. But when I do a set operation like intersect, minus, or union, those resulting operations give a matching column count and gaining height with that. And so we have a different approach. So joins are going to go for the idea of width. Set operations are going by height, and we have to have that matching column count, whereas there is no requiring match of column count when we're talking about a join. Hope that's useful and helpful. Cheers and have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.